Hey, what up though, y'all? I think it's time to talk about Victoria. Now, I wanted to wait until Villain put out the rest of her episodes because I have talked about Victoria before and I didn't know her whole story. I knew bits and pieces, was very unfamiliar with her, so I kind of wanted to wait. I feel that I do know the gist of it now, but when I was scrolling and I was watching this video, it had Crystal in the box. And shortly after she had dropped, Victoria came up. And this conversation is fucking wild. I'm not surprised because, we have seen how these ladies act. And I have a feeling that this will not be the last time they'll be on my channel. So, uh, where I started it off at, they say a tiny bit about Crystal, or they talk a tiny bit about Crystal, and I just wanted to. I had some opinions about what they said, so let's just get into the video.
Insurance, you don't have to reapply. They will just have to reinstate you over there.
Yeah, it's a process, though.
But half of what Crystal was saying, and I'm not defending her, she was correct in that part.
Okay, so she's talking about the insurance, right? And she is right. You do not have to reapply when you have Medicaid. You can just switch it over. It's a short process, but if you're trying to get somebody to rehab, it's something that you should probably have taken care of before you flew out there with nothing. Because basically what Crystal was trying to say is that she got a fucking quote. That's what you got. Because if I call or go online and fill out application, it pulls up how much I'm going to pay each month, right? And then until you make a payment, you don't have that insurance. So that whole, oh, I set everything up and all I have to do is make a payment, she has the insurance. No, she does not, because you didn't make that payment. So all you had was a quote.
She was 100% correct. And she was correct that January 31st, it would come in effect February 1st.
Yes, a quick Google search would have showed you that. Everything that Crystal said was on the Google search. So
100% she was correct. And the reason why she didn't do what she did was because they expected funds for her, because they probably weren't going according to Lisa's income. They were probably going according to her income.
Oh my gosh. You know what? This is weird that this lady had said that, because she, in the text messages, she told Lisa to make sure she tells the guy that she has that TikTok shop and she makes X amount of money. But ma'am, how could you have got that quote if they don't know how much Lisa was making? Like, sure, you could have told them, oh, she makes X, Y, and Z, but most of the time they want you to show your earnings, right? But then again, I guess if you're doing it on the application and they're kind of just guesstimating it, they can go off of that, but they would still want to see your earnings to make sure you have a job. So how did you get that quote?
She owns right now before she transfers it to Lisa. Am I sticking up for Crystal? No, because I got that red flag from that Venmo. That Venmo is what just triggered me. Why would you even send her your Venmo? You never send an addict a Venmo. But, so that right there told me a whole different story.
Yeah, but see, you know what? I learned about that Venmo when she said about that Venmo tonight. I didn't even, Mel, did you learn about that too tonight? Because when she just said she had given Lisa the Venmo until the first, I didn't even know that either until she said it.
Ma'am, so what you're telling me is that you just jump on this bitch and don't know nothing. Sit in a box for hours talking about shit you know nothing about. Everybody knows that she gave Lisa that Venmo. Everybody does. She put it out there herself. It's been out there. How do you not know this? How did you just find out just now? This is why it is so easily to fool you. Because you're obviously not doing any type of research, not watching any type of videos, nothing. This has been out. And you want to know what? If you end up getting scammed, that's on you. for not looking into the shit.
That's what I was about to say too, MJ, because when she was on here, according to the recording that I watched, she said she didn't have any of the payment apps.
I'll tell you one thing that highlighted everything for me. She did her homework before she did all the scamming.
She absolutely did.
Yes, she did.
I'm sorry, Scorpio.
It's like and I don't know if WTF is still in here. She said yesterday.
So I just took a drink of my coffee, and I am so sorry if you guys heard me gulp, because I thought about it after I took the drink. I was like, was that loud? Sorry, I just wanted to throw that in.
It was a long, like, I don't know how she worded it, con. She called it something con. This wasn't thought of like overnight or in the past week or whatever.
Oh, absolutely not. Yep.
Why do people keep saying we're supporting a child and animal abuser in a box? What are you guys talking about?
Oh, they're trying to talk about Victoria.
They're talking about Victoria, and you know what? I don't. Okay, I'm gonna speak on that.
I'm sorry, I'm
Please
just
do.
confused. I didn't know what was going on.
What?
I don't know.
Everybody has a past. Don't say it's not my. Victoria's never done shit to me. Just like
This was a wild response. Wild. This is one of the reasons why I decided to cover this. Bitch, what? What? Everybody has a past? She's never done nothing to you? What? Not everybody abuses children. This is crazy. What is wrong with these women? Even if you don't know, even if you have no idea, you never seen no proof, you're not going to look for it, obviously. The fact that so many people are telling you this about Victoria should give you some pause and give you an excuse to look into it, right? But even if you don't, that's on you, and you should still distance yourself. I don't care if she did nothing to you. The fact that people are saying that's a child abuser, you're not going to think twice about talking to her, about having her in your box? What? Ma'am. So if any other child abuser does nothing to you, it's okay. Y'all can be friends. It's straight. Okay.
Carmen has never done shit to me, and y'all still come for Carmen. Everybody's got a past. They've done something.
Has Carmen hurt kids? Has Carmen hurt animals? Because that's where I draw the line. People do shitty things, absolutely. And they do shitty things in their addiction, absolutely. But those two things should never be one of them.
They fucked up in life. They've done something.
Yeah, but I've owned it, and I've held my accountability, and it's like, and I still will to this day, and it's like, and I don't give a shit. Keep coming for me, dummies, because it ain't hurting me not one fucking bit.
I mean,
You need to get over it.
And that is the difference. That is the difference. I don't know if this woman actually did, because y'all can let me know, but that's the difference. Accountability. Speaking the truth. I don't think, people like Victoria don't get it. And I'm not really I don't understand why. The only thing I can think of is that you're really not in recovery, because it is very important to be honest. That's how you move forward. That's how we get to change and rebuild those bridges, is accountability and honesty. But she's not getting that.
don't back any child abuse or animal abuser. I don't know Victoria's story. She's never done anything to me. I'm not going to go deep diving or do this or do that.
Oh.
She's never done nothing.
So, oh my gosh. This type of shit leaves me speechless. You don't know her story, but you're not even going to go look. So you'll have her in a box anyway. even though a bunch of people are saying it. And look, yes, even if a bunch of people are saying it, it doesn't make it true, right? But that's why you go look. You go find the proof yourself. But instead, you're going to make yourself look like a fool and have her in the box.
To me, just like Carmen has it, and Carmen still gets shit for being in my box.
And if you don't like it, you can leave the live.
That's right.
So,
And whoever agrees
I
with
was-
that are the type
Stop
of people
bringing.
that love
I'm just gonna
gossip.
say this. Please stop.
You're right. People can leave the live, but what about your friends? What about the people that support you? Because some of those people might not give a shit about Victoria, but care about you enough to tell you this is not a good look. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's not, don't surround yourself around those people, because if you do, it reflects off of you. Why does this have to be explained?
Bringing kids into it. Period.
Yes.
Thank you.
And receipts out there about Victoria was 2021. We're in 2025.
Well, I see you've been talking to Victoria.
So if everybody keeps saying, look at YT, look at the video, go look at the date.
and you're all worried about me muting people is because of those stupid ass comments about Victoria. So you know what?
I'm sorry, but I don't care if you hurt a child or an animal yesterday or 20 fucking years ago. Doesn't matter. Abuse doesn't have a time limit. Not for me, anyway.
Get over it.
Didn't learn from Crystal, really. I just think that everybody has a past. None of y'all have like skeletons in your closet.
No.
Absolutely.
No. I threw them bitches out when I got sober. When I got sober, I cleaned that closet out spotless, because I was not going to live in any type of lie or hold anything in anymore. That's one of the greatest things about getting sober, is you get all of that shit out. So you don't have to have that on your shoulders anymore. You can be honest with people. You can't recover from your addiction with shit still in your closet. Unless you have been a spy, worked in the CIA or something in the government, you shouldn't have no skeletons.
Seriously doubt any of them walk on water. So
Nobody believes in changing and redemption and all of that. Like, really?
There has to be change. There has to be change. You can't just stop doing your DOC and say, okay, I'm better now. No, that's not recovery. It's just not. If you stop doing your drug and you stay the exact same person, you're not recovering from your addiction. You're just taking the drug away, but still continuing to be a shitty person. Do you understand?
Do you all set up? I mean, I'm just saying, I don't set up on like a high horse and judge people. I just don't. We all.
We're addicts. None of us do. None of us do. Most of us are recovering addicts. None of us are allowed to judge anybody. But what we are allowed to do is talk about somebody who puts their self online and say, I'm a changed woman, I'm in recovery, because we are also in recovery. And we work hard and we do what we have to do. We do the steps, we do the work. And when we see somebody who's trying to fake pump what they're doing, that bothers people. And we recognize it because we have done the work. Are you getting it?
Have a past. We've all fucked up in life and done something that we're not
I can
proud
always
of.
put that muting and blocking back into effect.
You never
Steph,
stop.
you don't have to do that, baby. But in Mel, I'm about to post a video anyway. It's the fact that people are using police reports as evidence. Please type it into Google. I know y'all like to say I'm the queen of Google, but police reports are not evidence. It's just the account of what is reported.
Right, Victoria, it is the account that happened. These police don't have a dog in this fight. Why would they lie or make up anything? They're just telling what happened when they got on the scene, right? Now I understand that like charges can be a little more embellished than what they actually are, because I have told the story about my house getting raided and they found a weapon. It was a World War III antique weapon, and I had marijuana, which was illegal at the time, and I also had money that I worked for. So they had put it in the report that it looked like I was trying to protect my, drug money, which wasn't it at all. But the account of the story that they told was exactly what happened. So try again.
Police reports are not evidence. It's just the account of what is reported. I was not charged with those particular things, and I don't even know where y'all are coming about with the other stuff.
So, okay, you say she's a.
Hey, just because you're not charged doesn't mean you didn't do it. I did a lot of stuff that I was never charged with. I did a lot of stuff I was never caught with. That's not a defense.
Using animals right now. Show me the video right now of Victoria abusing animals.
Exactly.
And not only
Show
that,
me
there was a
right
state-
now.
Hold on, there was also a statement put out that no matter what live that Victoria goes in, that they were going to make it hell for her. So, yet again, I will mute and block you. There you go.
Pray.
I've never seen anything like that. I don't know if anybody else has, but I've never seen that. I don't know.
For you says, I have been sober 23 years and you won't succeed with hate and judging. I would like to see a video right now of Victoria abusing.
It's not hate and judging when you are pointing out the facts, when you are pointing out behaviors that have not changed.
An animal. Do you have it?
Mel, somebody. I'm sorry, we're not going to talk about anybody's kids, but like somebody in the comments is asking me where my children are. A, that's creepy, and B, go ask. They're telling you where to find that information. Like,
It's hard not to mention somebody's kids when they're a shitty person, when they're a shitty parent. I mean, most of the time people are referencing your kids because of your shitty parenting. And you can ask me where my child is. I have no problem with that. But you do.
But doesn't it tell you over there where to find that? I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm going to mute so you can finish your conversation, Mel.
Happy mommy Watson. People can change. Absolutely. Like, I don't get it. Everybody deserves a second chance in life.
There are those.
I wholeheartedly agree. And for addicts, you usually get more than a second chance. You get a couple of them. But you have to actually show change. You have to do the work. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple to do if you're actually wanting it and actually sober.
I keep talking about it, that choose to live in the past, but things don't move forward. You guys need to, I don't know, grow up.
I have stated several times, me and my family are all in therapy. I have served the time that any judge has seen fit and or paid my fines for traffic violations that they like to bring up to. But anyway, yeah, I don't know why people think that they know more than certain agencies, the police, the lawyers, the judge, the jailhouse, like y'all. I don't understand why.
So they don't know more than the judges, the attorneys, but the police that wrote that police report, they don't know nothing. That's interesting.
Than all of those people. Like, I don't know. It's interesting, but I am very much sober. I have showed what was it the last time? I think 56 pages of clean drug screenings. Yes, I've done.
Victoria, it is more than just not doing your DOC. You can have 1,000,000 clean drug screens. But have you taken accountability for the things you have done in your addiction? Have you started rebuilding those bridges? The only way you can rebuild those bridges is taking accountability and being honest. Like, you totally miss it. Listen, these steps are in place because they work. And I'm not even just talking about the 12 step, because I get it. Not everybody does the 12 step. But even when you're not working the 12 steps, you end up doing some of the steps because they are necessary when you are getting sober, when you are recovering. Do you understand? Do you get it? Because I'm not hearing that you do. Those steps are there for a reason. And I don't even think you did the first one. Knowing that you're powerless. I don't even think you've done that. Again, you don't have to work the 12-step program. But even when you do not, you end up doing those steps because they are important. Because that's what helps you rebuild you and rebuild your life.
You know your truth. You don't have to prove nothing.
Everybody, I respect I always say I respect everybody's opinions and everything. I do. You're entitled to your opinions.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna.
Girl, that is a damn lie. Girl, are you serious? I cannot count on my hands and toes how many people talk about you blocking and muting people in this chat that don't have the same opinion or is not being nice or positive. So the fuck are you talking about?
Sit up here on my throne or high horse and judge anybody. I'm just not. Everybody deserves a second chance, redemption. Okay, not everybody. Let me rephrase that. Not everybody. There's certain cases, no. But
like people who harm children, people who harm animals, like those people, because those are the type of people for me. And being in addiction that's not it. It's not that. Listen, when people say yes, we do things that we wouldn't do sober. But those type of things are things that we would do for our addiction. Lie, steal, cheat, like those type of things. So that way we have our DOC, right? It will never be child abuse, harming an animal. That's not it. That's something in you, sober or not.
Matt's Angel has a point.
what did she say? I can't see.
The president has a past and he's still in charge. Kick rocks.
You're right.
The president never hurt a child or an animal. Like, you're really not getting this. The president is too blunt for his own fucking good. You can't be honest about anything, but you're in recovery, right? Right.
I mean, it's like, I've even gotten hell for having Carmen up here. Where did I say, Amy, you're all wrong? I didn't say that at all. Stop putting words in my mouth, please. I never said you're all wrong.
Oh my God, y'all need to scroll the hell out then.
But Mel, to be so honest, I got crap for having Carmen in my box. So it's kind of weird, but I also
They
got
all are
Carmen
obsessed with me because it's like what I did for Lisa and what I did against Lisa and how I videoed her, that I gave her money, that I did this.
That's right. You were all here because of one person. Yay.
Yeah, exactly. Grow up.
Yeah.
But I still keep telling y'all, it's like, come for me. It's like, stop coming for everybody else wherever I'm at. And it's like, and leave it the fuck be it. What happened in the past is in the past. It's water under the bridge. You see, Lisa's still alive. You see, Lisa's still doing what Lisa does best. You see, so therefore, get the fuck over it that I sent her fucking $30.
Happy Mama said, don't people deserve redemption? That's the whole point of awareness, is to change people.
I feel like they would get mad at my own children if my children said something about they forgave me.
You know what?
Like I feel like that.
No. Are you? There's something wrong with your head, Victoria. Like, honestly, there's something wrong with your head. That's those children's choice to forgive you. But to forgive you, you would have to have that hard conversation. You would have to be honest with them. Listen to them. Take in what they're saying. Because just because you feel some type of way in whatever situation, they feel differently. Don't invalidate their feelings.
But like, while everybody was hyping up this YouTube video and I was getting 20,000 messages, my phone was charging in my son's room at the grandbaby's birthday party that I was at with everybody. Imagine that. While everybody else was talking crap.
People that like drama, and they don't like when people just talk freely. They just want drama. And
if we loved the numbers, we would just hype that up, because trauma, that too. Drama brings all the numbers. But people like me and a couple of other ones, we like the lower numbers. But
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna say, my mother did some horrible, fucked up shit to me. Did I give my mother a second chance? I did. Even after all the horrible shit that woman did to me, and I mean physical abuse, emotional abuse, I gave her a second chance. Everybody's different, and everybody's entitled to their own opinions.
Yep.
Yes, I have kids, Nicole.
Mel, I'm gonna drop to open up a box, okay?
Would you trust those kids around Victoria? Like right now? I'm just wondering.
I'll be back.
I will tell you one thing. I can relate
You probably would.
to exactly what you said. And before my mother's dying day, God bless her, it's been 8 years, she was my best friend.
She still, well, mine took no accountability. She didn't. And she, sadly, she passed away suddenly of a heart attack, and never took accountability or nothing. But I still loved her. She was my mother, and I gave her.
I'm sorry that you didn't get that accountability. I really am. My heart goes out to those people. But I'm sure that your mother wasn't online all over the place, in addiction and out of addiction, invalidating you and your feelings, claiming to be sober.
I gave her more than one. Did I give her a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth? I absolutely did.
And I've also learned from a mother who was brought up to a mother that wasn't very affectionate or anything like that. That also weighs on them. So listening to my mother's stories and stuff, it followed her. So she didn't know how to give affection either. And I think when I started showing her a different way, it brought it out on her. And that I have to appreciate, because she wasn't the woman she was until I started having my kids. And she might have not have been the best mother, but she was the greatest grandmother, the greatest. And that's where I think when that had happened, all the mistakes that she had made between alcoholism and everything disappeared in my mind.
Okay, so she made changes, right? She made changes. Look, I am not So she made changes, right? Look, I'm not blind to the fact that there are a lot of parents out there that don't take accountability for how they treated their kids when they're growing up. All right. My father, we didn't have the best relationship growing up, right? But he is the most amazing grandfather. He is so good to my son and my nephews, and I couldn't ask for more. We have a better relationship today. I can call my dad right now and he will be there for me. That's all I ever wanted. And for me, like this lady, that makes up for it. My dad's never going to take accountability. And I'm aware of that. Some parents won't or don't take accountability. And I don't know if that's just denial or they don't want to confront what they did, but that's something that they have to deal with for themselves. However, you can still learn to accept it and move on from it, but others can't. And if you are still being a shitty person, doing the same things and not trying, it makes it way harder. And I think that's what you guys on this panel is not understanding. You just said that your mother was a great grandmother, so she changed, right? Some people cannot move on from their trauma because they need that accountability. They need to have that conversation. But if you're not changing whatsoever, not showing that you're improving, it makes it harder to do that without accountability, if that makes sense. You can't just throw any kind of excuse out there and not acknowledge and not change, or at least do one of the two. I hope I explained that. I hope that came out right.
I gave her that chance. And I'm the type of person, you mess up, I walk away, I never come back. But she didn't. She actually showed me differently. So I appreciate that. And a lot of people, I'm not saying I wasn't brought up with trauma. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's why I am who I am today. But I do also have to thank her for all the trauma because I wouldn't be who I am today.
I'm not justifying child abuse. Don't put words into my mouth.
Oh,
Ma'am, you don't have to say it. It's the people you surround yourself by that says it loud and clear.
Don't get sad and pissy and all that. Oh, Sapphire blocks people, mutes people. This is why. This is
I
why.
love you, Holly. Listen, you know what? Sapphire respects me, and she'll go so fucking hard for me, and that's what I love about her. And I love her because she knows that I'll go so fucking hard for her. She's seen the hell I went through last year, and she read the messages that I was getting nonstop, like text messages to my phone, literally, at 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, every fucking night. And that's just who she is. So who's a pedo? Who's a pedo? Please tell me. Who's a pedo?
Look, y'all, I'm going to drop, but all I'm going to say is one last thing. It's like I just random go live. So if anybody got a problem with me, set your little ding-dong thingy, whatchamacallit, whatever you get notifications for on me. If you still got fucking issues with me, wait till I go live. Come on over, and it's like, and I'll give you a box. I don't give a shit. You want to ream somebody's ass, come and do it again and again. You ain't affecting me, but stop doing it when I'm in somebody else's box that I absolutely respect. Period. I love you, and I'm dropping. I'll be in the chat.
I love you, Carmen.
Hey, Millie.
Yeah.
First, I want to apologize earlier when Crystal was in the box. I didn't mean to jump in there and get
No, you're
nasty
fine.
with her, but the insurance stuff, and I mean, she was just lying after lying, and then she couldn't think of what she wanted to say. So, of course, she was going to run like a track star. And Victoria, the only thing I was saying, I don't know you from Adam's house, cat. I'm in recovery, been there 9 years, living my best life. But I went to every person I owed a quarter to or hundreds of dollars. I apologize, and every one of them's been paid back. You have not and won't take accountability. Is why everybody's against you. Period. And you know
You
that's
know
the
me.
truth.
Just question.
Oh
Do
my
you
Oh
God,
know?
no,
I
we're
cannot.
seeing the messages from people that you owe.
Okay, and do you know how many people? I don't know. Maybe like the person we were just talking about lie on this app.
We see the text messages between you and them.
Okay, so you know when those happen. You know how long ago those were.
Victoria, it doesn't matter how long ago it was. It doesn't matter.
You know that people have said things and then changed their story and then said things again. And it is not anybody's responsibility on this app to hold me, Victoria, accountable.
You're right.
You
need
are
to
not
hold
my
yourself
mama. You are not
accountable.
my husband. You are not one of my fucking children that y'all like to act like.
But if you are have been on this app for multiple years begging for money, then yes, I think you do owe people on this app accountability. Because there have been people who have sent you money that never got it back. And I don't have to know you to know that, because the text messages don't lie. It doesn't matter how far back it was. The text messages were between you and that person. That person didn't know that it was going to be years later and they were going to have to show it to prove that you owed them money. Let's be so fucking for real right now. Any type of deflection, any type of gaslighting you can do, you try, and all it does is make yourself look fucking stupid.
You know what they want, do, say, what the fuck ever.
No, but as
You
a
literally,
recovering
everybody
addict,
on this
you
app
are a
literally
recovering
messaged me
addict.
the other
Take
day
accountability.
and said, they went live talking about my children that went live 3 goddamn years ago. 3 years ago. But y'all don't act like it happened yesterday.
What? What was the point of even saying this? Honestly, just more gaslighting, just trying to hurry up and say anything so that way we can get off the topic. First of all, I didn't even know your kids went live at all. This is the first time I've heard of it when I've watched this video. So that's news to me. So whether it happened 3 years ago or not, it's still news to people today. But this was just another thing to throw at somebody, just so that way we can move on with the conversation, right? Right.
Are you in recovery?
Hold on.
Absolutely in recovery.
Accountability.
Like I just
That's
said,
all
if you
everybody's
did not
asking
hear
me.
me, if you did not
Hold on.
hear me a second ago, I said I took into the judge, which accepted the paperwork, so must be right. I'm sorry. Didn't somebody just say I took my son's pee? That's weird. Anyway, into a judge, 56 pages of clean screenings.
Does not matter. You are missing the point. Everything that this lady just said was spot on. Victoria, people are telling you that you have to be honest, that you have to take accountability and own what you do so you can rebuild relationships and rebuild those bridges. And it is very important, because these were the things and the actions that you did in your addiction that hurt the people around you. Do you understand? You want to stop doing your drug and just want everybody else to just forgive what you did. You think that because that drug is out of your life, that now everything is fixed. And it does not work that way. If you would shut up and listen, maybe you would learn something.
I am approaching a year. Approaching. That doesn't mean I am at 365 days. Within the next few months, I am approaching a year clean, sober, not even had one fucking whoops or relapse.
I haven't in 9 years, but I took accountability.
Congratulations.
Okay,
Everything I
hold
done.
on. If
You don't
this
know
is
what I'm
really-
taking accountability for.
If this is really about it, hold on.
Well, you sure in the shit hasn't taken no accountability for the people you owe money to. So that's one we know about. One too many.
There is messaging. You could have messaged Victoria instead of bringing it into Mel's live. Now it's going to come back on her that she wanted this into her live and more drama.
Absolutely not. Millie did not want this in her live. I will stand.
If she doesn't want it addressed to her, then maybe she shouldn't be online. Period. And it's going to fall back on Millie because she's in her box. That's why. Don't associate with shit people and you won't get shit attitudes.
10 toes down for her. She didn't ask for this, but everybody was talking about in the comments, and I wanted to apologize for Millie for what I did earlier.
You're good, love. No, you're good, love. I know. I get that.
But she has nothing to do with what I was saying to Victoria at all.
No, but
no, I'm talking about with what happened with Crystal and everything.
Oh, Crystal.
No,
yeah,
everything is all over the place. Everybody had questions. Everybody had answers. What am I not taking control of? Everybody's having a conversation. You don't want me to let people have a conversation now? Okay, everybody mute. Shut up.
And now all I want to say is I'm sorry because I know I did get loud with you earlier and I apologize for that. There were several people talking, so don't take it as I was yelling at you. I was trying to have you hear me. But yeah, it was just, we're just trying to we already have enough going on in Mel's live.
Oh, I see that every day.
So but I do apologize to you for earlier as well.
Oh, you're good, but and I'm going to stop with Victoria because she's not going to take accountability. She never will, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
Sweetheart, you
can drop me, Millie, if you want. But I listen to your lives, love them, and I appreciate you.
Thank you, love.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Hi.
Whoever that is.
I'm Rogo, and Mel trusted what she thought was her friend. So people attacking her for being a friend is really sad. And other channels that want to attack her and make people want to attack her for just believing like a lot of us believed. And I didn't know there's a time limit on when somebody has to pay somebody back in recovery.
Oh my God. You know when you paid them back? When you said you were going to. You know when you pay them back? When you get the money that you said you were going to get when you asked for the money. Right? If I come to you and I say, hey, can I borrow $20 until Friday? Friday would be the day that you got your fucking money. It's been overdue. The fuck is wrong with people? And you want to know what, lady? Yes, people are going after her for trusting somebody that she knew for 2 fucking minutes. I'm sorry, but that is holding people accountable for their actions. She got on this live, on this TikTok, and asked people to send that bitch money. She got on here and was asking everybody to trust this lady, and look what happened. Now, what would have happened if Crystal got all kinds of money from the hundreds of people that were in that fucking live? She shouldn't be held accountable? Because personally, I don't know if Crystal got money. I heard that she did, and I heard that she did not. I don't know, and I won't really say yes or no until proof has come out. But the bottom line is, people were trusting her all because they trust this lady. So, sorry if she's getting heat for that.
Thank you. That's what I was about to ask her.
You know,
And
Of course you were.
the amount of people that follow like the stories of all different people on this platform, like Victoria. So would it make it right for me that's only been on the app for 3 years now? Would it be right for me to judge her just because 20 other people say that she did something wrong? I don't care if it was last month.
No, that would make you stupid. You don't like somebody just because people tell you not to. You don't like somebody just because you heard a bunch of other people don't like them. I haven't even been on TikTok for more than a year. It hasn't even been a year yet. I never go on it. But I know the shitty things that Victoria did because I actually looked into it. Because I kept hearing the same things over and over and over and over again. And those people's stories never changed. But you know whose did? Victoria's did. So if you're going to be friends with Victoria or be friendly with her or have her in a box and not do your research, then yes, you have to take some accountability for that.
Thank you.
But it wasn't done to me. Okay. So I have a right to judge my relationship or no relate. I don't even know the girl at all. But if I simply just say, from what I understand, that was her past, and I've been sober 23 years, so I don't know if somebody, does it make it right for us as being sober longer to judge her in the beginning of her recovery? Because isn't this the beginning? She keeps saying this is the beginning. She's not saying she's been sober for 20 years. Okay?
I'm not even a year out.
She keeps saying I'm not even a year out. So God, I couldn't imagine if
Do these people like hear themselves? It doesn't take a full fucking year to take accountability for your actions. It doesn't take a whole year to own your shit that you did in your addiction. It should be the first thing. After going to detox and getting yourself together and realizing like I am powerless, you need to come home and take some accountability. I don't know how much clearer I could say that, or how many times everyone on this app has to tell this lady, and apparently you guys on this fucking panel, my mind is blown. Have none of you been to rehab? Have none of you been to meetings? Have none of you had a sponsor, a counselor? Because all of those things tell you to rebuild your relationships, to be honest, to take accountability.
I was attacked this badly in the beginning of my recovery, I don't think I'd made it 23 years. I don't think I'd made it. Okay. So I don't know. I think I'd rather stick to being kind versus chasing the masses.
And the chat, she knows what she's done.
Yeah.
She lives
it's so
with
disgusting.
it. She lives
People
with it
fight,
every day.
Yeah, every day she looks at herself. So I judge myself way worse than anybody could ever judge me. But you know what? People that meet me today could never imagine that I went.
If Victoria knows what she's done, why hasn't she owned it? She can't even apologize to the people she owes money to. She invalidates everybody. Everybody that comes out and speaks on her, she invalidates them. Everybody she owes money to, her children, her friends, everybody. It's never her fault. How are you going to be in recovery when everything is always everybody else's fault?
Do those things. But I did.
And
I most certainly did.
Anybody.
And
Nothing.
Victoria has been accountable. She has been accountable. You need to watch her.
Repeatedly.
Repeatedly.
I see it.
Yeah, and
I see
whenever
it.
people are talking,
Girl, you see it. You see it. You said you don't even know her. That's what you just said. Are we serious right now? And where has she been accountable? Can you please point me into that direction? For what? Because even when she is caught with something and cannot lie her way out of it, it's always an excuse, right? Like, it doesn't, that's not accountability. You can't say sorry, but
you have to look at the dates. It's 2021. We're in 2025.
Yeah. It's so funny because people will dig certain truth about maybe a certain topic. They'll go 5 miles out of the way to prove something, but they won't go 5 miles out of the way to disprove it, right?
And people getting mad yesterday because Kim was in a box.
Oh
The
my
chat
God.
demanded Kim in that box. So don't come at Mel because the people in the chat
Exactly.
wanted Kim. And
Here's the thing about Kim, though. At least Kim takes responsibility and accountability. Even though she still does the fucked up shit that she tries to take accountability for, at least she does it, right? She'll come out and say, yup, I did this, I did that. She'll incriminate herself, make herself look stupid, all the things, and then continue to make herself look stupid when she repeats those behaviors that she tried to apologize for. But I have more respect for her than Victoria. Just for that reason.
that box.
Thank you.
That's all I got to say.
Thank
And
you.
then people in the chat right now, they're pulling other people's names into it, like villain and everybody. Like, why are you dragging even her into something that's a simple conversation between people in this live? You're gonna drag that lady into something she don't even have nothing to do with. She's probably sleeping or whatever. But you're in the chat dragging Raggedy and Villain and everybody into it. That's how these fights start. A bunch of too many hens in the hen.
Oh my, how old are these ladies? Yeah, I am fucking amazed. Because they sound like teenagers that haven't experienced life. If you're smart enough to go rewatch the live to see what happened, if you're smart enough to look into things to know the actual story. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, rumors may get started, but it's up to you to figure out where the rumor came from and if it's true or not. That's on everybody's on their own responsibility on this internet.
Yeah.
Praying for you. I don't know if you know this or not, but the reason they're saying Villain's name is Villain covers me.
Yeah, I know.
The stuff that I did 3 years ago.
Right. I know. But you know what I'm just saying, though? Villain really
Not 3 years ago. I mean, yes, 3 years ago. But it's not just from 3 years ago, Victoria. And you know that.
now, she's not the villain. She didn't ask to be brought into it right now, but everybody's bringing her into it. So I'm just saying, as
Sure, people attack Victoria because who she is. But she can change that. All she has to do is be honest. All she has to do is own what she did. All she has to do is actually change and show improvement. It's not that hard, and I don't understand why she's not getting that. It has to be because she truly believes that she didn't do anything wrong, which is that's a whole other conversation. That's a personal problem. But Melly will get shit as well because she has people like Victoria in the box. And that you can't have people in your box and not know anything about them and then get all up in arms because people are telling you about the people in your box and people are telling you it's not a good look, and now you're trying to defend things you know nothing about, which makes all of you on this panel look stupid.
for now.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm just so tired of it. It's like, but I guess the new thing is, I realized that I seen some stupid video but it was the smartest thing anybody ever did, was show us how to refresh our algorithm. So if you really don't like what you see, it's a reflection of who you are. Is why you're seeing the things you're seeing. Like, I'm in recovery, that's why I see these type of things. So refresh your algorithm if you don't like what you're seeing. It's real simple.
Exactly. And you know
Charlie.
what are they going to talk about when the app goes down? Who are you going to
Charlie.
talk about?
Isn't there
Yeah.
that person that we went against who abused his
Girl, you think this is the only app that shitty people are on?
child, and the recording was so freaking Yeah, anyways, broke bones on a baby and everything. Did Victoria break the bones of her baby?
And I'm glad you said.
Who said she has to break bones for her to be an abuser? Huh? Because there's also verbal abuse as well.
Because you know what? I thought to myself, this is why I came up actually, is because when I hear people say that, and I think to myself, okay, I have 5 kids in total. I have the oldest, which is 35. She's a psychiatrist now. We don't really get along that good because she had to deal with my active addiction when I was on opiates, pain medication, okay? So she was affected differently. I have a 31-year-old and a 30-year-old and a 25-year-old that I was the best mother because that was 23 years of their life. So they don't even know who my older daughter speaks of. They don't even know that mother, okay? They don't even have a clue who she's talking about. But I have to say to them, you know what? But these are things that she lived with, that she knows my active addiction that you guys don't know. So I have to defend.
Well, ma'am, you were at least a good mother. And you see what you just did right there? You see that? How you validated and told your other children that that's the way she feels because she's seen a different side of you. She's seen the addictive you, right? Victoria has not done that, ma'am. That is the whole point.
That for them. But if somebody came and said that I abused my children because I lost custody I lost a residence to their own father for 11.
She lost residence to their own father. Does that mean that she got kicked out of the house?
23 years of my life, like people. Do you realize that people are human and what you're really doing?
I'm trying to address the comments. What I'm saying is, y'all were saying I support a child abuser and everything. We went after a child abuser on this app that broke his baby's bones.
Wow.
And it was horrible.
Gosh.
Y'all
Yeah, like you're not defending the abusing children. It's just like one extreme to the other right now.
And I asked, did Victoria break her baby's bones? I don't know what Victoria did. I've heard so many different things.
What about living in squalor? You don't think that's child abuse? Living in absolute filth?
About Victoria's situation, I don't know what the truth is.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not for us to know.
You don't know and you don't want to look? This is the type of energy you will get then.
Knows anything other than the police report, because there is a gag order. Although people want to act like they know
I'm
that
not
too.
saying that I can't.
Victoria, if you didn't have so many videos and hour-long videos, it would be so chef's kiss to have you side by side of your own words contradicting this exact statement. Because you've said that the case with your children who is in this gag order is done with. So if it's done with, you don't have a gag order. Do you understand that? Why are you still saying this when it's so easily proven? Something is genuinely wrong with you, Victoria. Like, no joke, like all jokes aside, I don't understand people like this. You just lie, yet I can go find a video where you completely contradict yourself. It's crazy to me.
It has to have fucking broken bones. Oh my god, my head fucking hurts.
This is my biggest thing. People have no earthly idea what actually happened. You read a police report that had nothing in it that was my side of anything. B, do y'all realize, now, am I saying this is okay? Absolutely freaking not. But when I was in middle school, parents got to sign a piece of paper that gave the principal the right to hit anybody with a wooden paddle. Would
Yeah,
you
I just
say
told my grandkids
that
this.
is CA? What is
Yeah.
hitting somebody with a wooden paddle CA?
Yes, that is child abuse. Nobody, not a principal, a teacher, a friend, nobody should be putting their hands on anybody else's children. It was a different time back then, Victoria, and even that is not an excuse, but it just is what it is, right? But there also is a huge difference between discipline and abuse. A quick swift on the butt where it's not even hard, you don't leave a mark, it's just enough to scare the shit out of them where they're like, I will never do that again. That is different than abuse, than repeatedly harming your kids.
Yeah, I know.
If so, go arrest all the teachers, the principals, everything. They all need to be buried under the jail.
Yep, I got a couple
Okay,
of
so
them.
someone said there's a video of it live on Reddit of Victoria
I don't
and
know.
her child.
There's a 911 call also about it.
Well, see.
And even if this is true, not one of you on this panel would go and look, but then want to cry and complain when people are in your chat trying to tell you.
How this right now is getting dragged really bad. I won't be part of dragging somebody. I don't know whether it's true or it's not true, but I'm going to drop because I don't want to.
Do you hear yourself? I don't know if it's true or not true. You sound just so dumb.
Be part of where this is going.
Well, anyway, I was going to say this live isn't even. This live is totally turned. It's not about Victoria. Millie, go on.
Exactly. Thank you.
It's not about Victoria. It's not about that's how it happens.
No.
Is that it goes sad
From A to Z very fast.
Millie can do her own investigating if she wants to, if she chooses.
Yeah.
That's on
Scorpio.
her.
Exactly.
She's not going to. She's made that very clear.
Dragged.
Millie, just go on with your live.
Child has been dragged. I've been dragged. My son's been dragged. My deceased child's been dragged. I mean, I've been dogged.
I'm so sorry. That's horrible. I can't
That
even
is very
imagine.
horrible.
Yeah, it really is. And like I said right now, see, people are dragging. I see it in the chat. They're saying, somebody share this to Villain. They're trying to drag Villain over. It's like,
Okay,
just why?
we changed the subject, but Mel, can I ask you something just very quickly? And then please just change. I don't want you to have to deal with any of this crap. You've been through way too much recently with even your own.
Victoria, stop acting like you are not loving every single moment of this. You got a group of women up here defending you. You are just eating this shit up right now. Let's be serious.
Family and then the trauma I'm here. How it is today, yesterday, or the day before the first time that I've been in here, or have I been in here for months sitting in a box with you, talking and just having a good old time with everybody?
Absolutely, you have.
Okay, so they're acting like just because there's drama, I came just because of that. No, I've been here for months, guys.
But she's about the only one that'll.
I can confirm that Victoria has been here since.
So y'all have just been making yourselves look stupid for a minute. That's what I got out of that.
Summer of last year when I started.
And I'm going to
so
be
much.
the
One
first one
thing
to
that,
say,
she
I
should
don't
drop,
care
maybe
what
you should
out
drop and
there
leave.
on anybody, because things can be misconstrued. You're not the fly on the wall. You weren't there. So unless it's physically in your house and he lives with you, come with some receipts. Other than that, stop it. Stop.
You know who was there? The children. Multiple of them.
It. She's a human being. She bleeds and shits like all of us. Just leave her alone.
Toddler.
Just because you're a human being does not make it right that you can harm children or animals. Period. I don't care if she's an alien. You don't do that shit.
Man, oh my God.
I'm telling you. You just picked the
She's
wrong
been
one.
here for I don't know, like I don't know how long. She's been here for I
The
don't know
person
how
who
long.
said we've been condoning something for months, all I did was see a comment tonight and ask some questions. I didn't even mean for all of this to turn into a shit show, good lord. I was just, dude, I didn't know anything.
And that person who just said, I have receipts. Not from 2021 or 2000.
Recent.
You know what? My opinion. Those receipts are still valid until she takes accountability. That's how I feel. Now what, lady?
Okay? Recent
I am going to
receipt.
say there is
Stop living
receipts
in the
till
past.
2024.
You know what?
That's
In
all
all
I'll say about
honesty,
it.
this is the kind of person.
Well, lady, you can't move on to the future if you can't take accountability from your past.
I am. I don't need
Ladies,
to. I
y'all
don't.
are amazing. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Take a breath. Take a breath. They're doing exactly what they wanted to do. Make all of y'all upset. And pull you
No,
up.
I'm not upset. I'm just saying. I don't need
I
to.
know you're not crazy. That's
Lady, you always seem upset about absolutely everything. And nobody is trying to make them upset. They're trying to make them aware. I have never seen grown ass women, as many of these, be this foolish, this just naive. That I mean, from this to the airport. Like it hurts my brain a little bit. Like I can't even comprehend the absolute foolishness of these women. And they are up here with their whole chest. I cannot relate. Can't relate.
how you talk. I'm talking
I
about
don't
the other
need
ladies.
to
They're
see
about to blow their
receipts.
tops.
You know what? Because Victoria has absolutely done nothing to me. Okay? She does
I love you,
not do
Crazy
anything bad. She does what she does, and it's in her home. Not yours, guys. Not yours, chats. It's in her home.
Hey, lady, why don't you lend her some money and find out? She's never done nothing to you. Why don't you give her some money?
Yeah.
Anybody wants to start saying things about Victoria, the person who's saying it, go look up their receipts. Go look up what they do. Go look on their fly on the wall and stuff. Just stop with all the...
Please do. You can look up me all day long, and I will take accountability for absolutely everything. Everything. I already knew before coming on this app that you could be doxxed, that all your shit can be put out. And that goes for everybody. If you're going to be on here, especially reviewing the people that we review, you should already know what comes along with it. Now, Victoria, she thought that she could just lie and gaslight and all of the things and then challenge people. And now she wants to play victim. Sorry, this is the internet. It's like they forget that it's being recorded absolutely everywhere. And they can use your own words against you.
The BS here.
Yeah, y'all need to get a
Crazy
fucking
Eight,
hobby.
you know people build themselves up by putting others down.
I said that
She
the
is
other
coming
day.
up now. She's almost at a year of sobriety.
Yep.
Okay. And people don't want to see that.
Stop it. Fucking stop it. I don't wish addiction on my worst enemy. On my worst enemy. Because that is a game you don't want to play. That is a war you don't want to be in. And I don't have to talk shit about anybody to make myself feel better. All I have to do is just point out their behaviors. That's not talking shit.
That's all it is. That's the bottom line. The top of the banana is, I want to see that witch fail.
Yep.
And if I beat her down enough, it won't matter how much she's busted her tail to come upward. She'll fall.
I always find it funny when people say this. Ma'am, if you think this about people, if this is the first thing that came up in your head, is this how you personally feel? Just wondering.
You can do is ignore them, because by giving them any kind of acknowledgement, it gives that seed growth.
Yep.
It gives it.
You know what? It's actually
Victoria said wherever she goes, she's getting bothered. Whatever life she goes in, they're bothering her. So
Yeah,
don't
they
acknowledge
literally
it.
posted it.
It's a
They said
it's a
saying,
no-win
don't.
situation.
But if you
People
don't
are
acknowledge
saying,
their comments,
I've seen
they're
things
raising their
about
breath and go stop.
using Victoria for numbers. We told Victoria to turn her status off to come in here and chill with us, so people didn't know she was in here.
I have seen people
I thought
get
we were changing
thousands
the
of
subject.
followers by talking about people like what Victoria is going through. They sit there and they chase the dragon and they build on your comment, on your content. They're building on it.
We just said
What content? What content? Don't be a shitty fucking person and come online and beg for money and not expect to get talked about. Don't be a shitty fucking person. Come on here and talk about how you're in recovery and you're a changed woman and you won't end up on channels like mine. Period.
we're changing the subject. Mel, go on with your live, please.
Exactly.
Lord,
I want to know what everyone's doing for Valentine's Day.
Because it just shows how sad they all really are, though.
well, Big Booty, I'll be working, unfortunately.
Aw.
Man,
really?
Yep.
You know what looks sad? When you have to come on here and pretend to be living in sobriety. When you have to come on here and lie about your life. When you have to come on here and embellish the things in your life. That, to me, what makes people look sad. It's sad that you have hurt countless and countless and countless people in your life and you can't take accountability for it. That's what's sad. So this, I'm pretty sure they stop after this. I'm not even sure. I am done with this. I can fucking not with this group of women. I don't even know how they have a platform, to be honest with you, because I would just go insane watching them. Like, no. Little short videos like this at a time, I can only handle because this is wild, honestly. Like, every time I think I have seen the worst or seen the most or seen the most ridiculous, bitches like this show up. You know what I'm saying? So that would be it. I do have a video that I'm about to make. It is another Victoria one. I'll do that one and then I'm gonna wait until after Villain puts out her last one. I don't know how much I'm gonna talk about Victoria. There's so much out there and so many people that do such a great job on covering her. You know, when you're trying to like look into people, there's so many channels that come up and there's so many good ones that you don't get to all of them. But I like the deep dive because it has everything in one in a nice little package, and I appreciate that 100%. So that's it. I hope everybody enjoyed. Please leave your comments and opinions because I love reading them, and I will see you guys in the comments, okay? Bye, guys.